All right, buckle up, because what you're about to see is absolutely insane. Ukraine is rewriting the rules of modern warfare, and Russia, well, let's just say Putin's berater advisors are scrambling for solutions. The battlefield is no longer dominated by tanks, fighter jets, or massive artillery strikes. No, this is a war fought in the sky by tiny, nearly invisible kamikaze drones that strike with pinpoint accuracy. And the worst part for Russia, they can't stop them. Hey, don't forget to make my day by liking this video. All right, let's keep going. Think about it. Just 2 years ago, when the Russian invasion of Ukraine began, people assumed this war would be decided by brute force. But now, one soldier with a remote control can wipe out an entire tank convoy. This is not just a shift in tactics, it's a revolution in how wars are fought. So today, we're diving deep into the unstoppable rise of FPV drones. We'll break down the technology behind them, how Ukraine is deploying them with terrifying efficiency, and why Russia's attempts to stop them are failing miserably. And, of course, we'll address the elephant in the room: could a ceasefire even be possible at this stage? Or are we witnessing the beginning of a new era in warfare, where machines decide the fate of nations? All right, let's talk about why these drones are so terrifying. Imagine you're a Russian soldier sitting in your tank, feeling relatively safe. Suddenly, your radio crackles to life. Incoming. Incoming. But before you even have time to react, boom! A tiny FPV drone flies straight into your vehicle, detonating on impact. These aren't just simple quadcopters with cameras attached. These are precision-guided killing machines. Ukraine has perfected their use, combining them with Starlink communication systems for real-time coordination. And the best part, they're dirt cheap compared to the equipment they destroy. A Bayraktar TB costs a few $1 million, but an FPV kamikaze drone, just a few $1,000. And yet, they're outmaneuvering and outgunning Russia's multi-million-dollar tanks and air defense systems. The economics of this war have completely flipped. Russia keeps pouring billions into traditional firepower, but Ukraine? They're winning the cost-effectiveness battle. And it's not just Ukraine that sees the potential. The whole world is watching. Military analysts are already calling drones the future of warfare, a future where expensive fighter jets and tanks might be nothing more than outdated relics. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's look at what's actually happening on the ground. The sheer scale of these drone attacks is mind-blowing. The Russian army is losing hundreds of vehicles a month to drone strikes alone. And what's their response? Throwing more tanks into the meat grinder, hoping brute force will somehow turn the tide. Spoiler alert, it's not working. Now, you might be wondering, wait a minute, doesn't Russia have advanced air defense systems? Shouldn't they be able to stop these drones? Well, in theory, yes. In reality, not even close. Russia has brought in electronic warfare systems to jam the drones, but Ukraine has adapted. They've started using drones with autonomous guidance, meaning they don't rely on signals that can be jammed. Once a drone locks onto a target, it's over. And those expensive air defense systems, yeah, they were designed for missiles and fighter jets, not tiny drones flying a few meters above the ground. By the time Russian soldiers even spot an incoming drone, it's already too late. And let's not forget, Ukraine isn't just using kamikaze drones. They've also got loitering munitions like the Switchblade 300 and 600, which can hover in the air before diving straight into their targets with deadly accuracy. So, where does this leave Russia? Desperate. They're throwing everything they've got at Ukraine, trying to overwhelm them with sheer numbers. But Ukraine's ability to strike with surgical precision is bleeding them dry. This is why you're seeing more and more reports of entire Russian tank columns getting wiped out in a matter of minutes. And this brings us to the big question: is there any way out of this for Russia? With Russia losing ground every day, talks of a Ukraine ceasefire proposal keep popping up. There's constant speculation: could a peace deal be reached? Well, let's break it down. Recently, even Trump weighed in on the conflict, saying he could broker a peace deal within 24 hours if re-elected. Bold claim, right? But here's the thing: neither side is backing down. Ukraine has zero reason to stop while they have the advantage. They're hitting harder than ever, and every single day, new military aid packages from the US and NATO arrive. Long-range missiles, Patriot air defense systems, ATACMS, the weapons keep flowing in. On the other side, Putin can't afford to lose this war. His entire image, his power, his very existence depends on Russia not looking weak. If he accepts a ceasefire deal under bad terms, it could be the beginning of the end for him. So, realistically, a ceasefire isn't happening anytime soon. The battlefield will decide what happens next. And as long as Ukraine keeps perfecting its precision strikes and drone warfare tactics, Russia is in serious trouble. So, what's the bigger picture here? We're not just watching the Russia-Ukraine war unfold, we're witnessing the future of warfare being written in real time. Tanks, outdated, fighter jets, too expensive. The new king of the battlefield is the drone operator sitting miles away, guiding a $5,000 FPV drone to destroy a $10 million target. Countries around the world are taking notes. China, the US, NATO, they're all watching closely. The next big war? It might not be fought with massive armies, it might be fought with swarms of autonomous drones battling for control of the skies. So, what do you think? Is this just the beginning of a new kind of warfare? Or are we heading toward an era where traditional military forces become obsolete? Let me know in the comments. And hey, if you made it this far, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more updates on the latest in the Russia-Ukraine conflict, military strategy, and the future of war. Until next time, stay safe and stay informed.